Hello. My laptop reset its stuff while I was setting up, so today might be interesting. Yeah, that's chugging. She's chugging a bit. We're gonna see how this goes. It may not go. And yeah. So anyway, hi, I'm here. And things are happening, I guess. I have some tea that was just made, so it's too hot to drink, but I'm holding it and I don't really have any place to set it. So you can tell that I'm really put together today already, and it's going great. Um, I finished inking our other little critters here. I need to figure this out. I'm smart enough. I can move things around, probably. I know how, right? That's why I have thumbs. Okay. Hi stars. How's it going? As I rearrange literally everything around me because I was not prepared to have to reset everything on my laptop. Other words that I'm probably supposed to say. I don't know. It all went out of my head. It's gone. Are you feeling crummy? Yeah, I'm sorry, hun. I hope it's not too bad and that you get better quick. So let's see. New things on the docket. I have some stickers to show you that are over here. Gosh, I'm seeing the lag real time and it's bad. We also have a couple new channel point commands that I set up with the Twitch alerts. So the hydration one will do a sound and show an image now. I added a Merry Crisis one that I'll keep up through Christmas. That one has a time limit on it. I don't think it'll be a huge issue because we aren't super spammy with channel points here. But I feel better making that rule and before I lose my mind. So we have a Merry Crisis one, which is the Merry Christmas, Merry Chrysler Vine, and that should play. Yeah, stars. It's bad timing for sure to be sick. And yeah, not ever like a fun time to be had, but having to recoup over a time that was supposed to be like a nice break instead of a forced body break is frustrating. I also added, I'm not sure this one is going to work correctly, so I'm just going to test it right now and we'll see if my laptop explodes. Also added a little breathing guide one that should bring up a little breathing guide GIF for a minute so you could follow that. If you needed a minute to calm down or if you were feeling really anxious or just felt the need to take an extra breath, and that should keep going for a minute. It's chugging real bad on my laptop, but I'm hoping that it's not chugging on actual stream. Ugh. Hey Sparkle, how are you? So yeah, I have this one on a limit too for now. They shouldn't stack, but I just felt better having it be a little spaced out. So yeah, that's repeating just fine, so that'll be good. I've been playing around with some videos and stuff. Chilling is a good idea today, I think. I'm feeling a little frantic today, if you couldn't tell, but that's just because I have a lot of stuff to do. I'll be fine. My brain is a thing. I also got a package like right when stream started that I'm really excited to open, and I'll want to open it on stream probably. I got a gift of some new paints from a company that does a lot of sustainable stuff and naturally sourced brain function, naturally sourced pigments, that's the word. So I'm really excited about that. I was thinking we could swatch those on stream for Christmas because it would be like a nice chill thing to do. I guess I should gesticulate over here so you guys can see me, huh? Oh, I also did my nails today. New nails. These are wraps from the same company, Espionage Cosmetics, who I like. So yeah. I should have followed that breath guide while it was on stream. That one does also have a 15-minute cooldown. And I'll add some more of those maybe. I want to add sounds and images to the other self-care ones. Right now it's just the hydrate. Just because that's the one that I had an idea for. Okay, so you guys want to see some stickers? And then we can actually like get started painting. This can move too. I just pulled it because I needed to scan it. Which I did scan these. So there will be a coloring sheet of all of these guys coming out soon. I am going to rearrange it on like a digital page just because these things are not spaced out in a way that was smart. I'm going to need to rearrange it for the stickers too, but I want to include this guy as well. So that'll involve some rearranging. Hey, Bean! Yeah, vibin'. We're certainly having a vibe. I'm not sure which one it is yet. But I do think that the Merry Crisis is absolutely applicable, which I've been feeling that for the past couple years. Last year was definitely the worst one for Merry Crisis, but it is always applicable. So my stickers came in. If you don't follow me on socials, I posted a quick, I was going to say unboxing, but it was really unbagging of these while they were still in the packages. I've taken them out of the packages. I'm waiting on some more cello bags to arrive before I can start packaging all of them. But these are going to be new designs that come into the shop soon, and I'm really excited. Except for these ones. These are going to be special. I'll explain it when we get there. So we have a plain glossy of Bartholomew. And you can tell he's glossy. Look, there's my ring light. Ta-da! Green! You got it! You like a darker green, right? Like a this green? You can't see that. Like a this green? Yeah. See, I know some things. I remember stuff sometimes. So yeah. I'm really pleased with Bartholomew. He looks very nice. And I'm really happy with I decided to go with a mustard background. I did a pale, like, desaturated brown for the one that I posted, but I really like the mustard better. I feel like it stands out. I'm chugging along just like my laptop. So my laptop already reset itself while I was setting up stream today. So we'll see if she manages. She's trying real hard though. I'm feeling kind of frantic, and if I'm being honest, I'm having some bad brain times around winter, and like it's been a year since my mom, so I'm not in like the best sorts that I've ever been in, but I'm chugging along and I'm doing a lot better than I would have been like 3 years ago. So we're doing good. I'm excited about stickers. I'm excited about painting the sheet. I'm excited to open that box that arrived today. So we're working our positive thinking skills. All right, there we go. A star in the bucket for Lady. How chuggy is this gonna be? Because I know you guys like the swirl. I think we're a little too chuggy on that today. I think once it's summer again, that will look a lot nicer because I'll have better light. Because I do live in the frozen dark north. Oh, I love you guys too. Thank you. Yeah, see, I've done a lot of work on like my own positive thinking and building up a support group, like my friends, who everybody likes me and I like them, and we support each other. So I'm in like a lot better place than I used to be. And part of that's hard work and part of that is you guys. So we're good. I'll get there. I just like to be open about it because I feel like, how do I phrase this? I feel like one of the things that depression wants you to do is be ashamed of feeling the way that you feel. So I try to be open about that and then say, yes, I'm feeling this way. No, it won't last forever. And here are the things I'm looking forward to. So and that is like work in and of itself, making sure that you, one, are speaking up about how you're feeling and not letting your brain isolate you. And two, saying, I have these things that are good now. I have these things that will be good in the future. So it isn't something that lasts forever. It's all temporary. We're good. We'll get there. It's fine. Thank you, lady. I appreciate that. So yeah, okay. Bartholomew. I'm really happy about. All of the glitter ones for these, I let my sticker company pick the shinies this time, and they're so pretty. So here is our Bootylicious Gengar, and he's the disco pattern that they have. The company is Sticker Ninja, by the way, if anybody else wants to support them. Excuse me, they're a super cool small business. I'm just going to type that in the chat just so that if I'm mispronouncing something in a way that's weird. So his eye and then the background, and it says body cursed, ass fat. He will be coming soon to a shop near you, aka my shop. Once, like I said, I have some more cello bags coming in, so I can't pack all of these right away, but we might do a packing stream at some point. Just because because I'm anal and have control issues, I tape all of the stickers onto my backing boards before I put them in the bag, and that takes a while. So we might just have a pack and chat channel at some channel. What? Okay, mouth. Pack and chat stream at some point. Okay, and then we have the Stellar Sea Lion, and he's got, I think this is the small sparkle? Small pixie dust, that's what they call it. And it's in the background and then on his flippers, which is a little bit hard to see because the darker colors do kind of mute it a little bit, but it's still so pretty. I really like this one. It's not showing up great, but I promise it's really pretty. We have plain glossy spooky cutie with a booty, which is Mothman, that I drew for Stream Ink. Rattholomew was also Stream Ink, so is our Stellar Sea Lion over here. So we got a spooky cutie with a booty. We have the terrarium, which I'm not sure what this sparkle pattern is called. Maybe it's prism. They just pick one for you and they're like, this will look great. And I'm like, I trust you. And they were right. So this one, again, is a little bit more subtle because of how dark the colors are. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, have fun, Bean. And then we have, this one, I'm so pleased with how it came out. I love this one, even though it's relatively simple. This is the I can speak. The Tummy Trouble Survivor Patch. For all my pals with tummy troubles, if you have survived the tummy troubles, you get this. And I do have other ones of these planned. I've mentioned it before. But I want to do like a whole pack of these. Yeah. It's one that's so relatable. I want to make, so I have Bad Back Brigade I'm planning on. I do have No Knee Juice Club that's already done that I could print. I did a poll on Tumblr with some possible sticker designs, and so the ones that were voted best I did for this time. But I do also, my dad got me a pretty big gift card to this company, so I do have more money for stickers soon, which will be partially this, the froggies and stuff. But who knows what else, because things can be stickers all the time. I have that power as long as I have the money to do it. So yeah, for real. My back has been getting so much worse lately. I've been trying to do like more leg and lower back strengthening exercises, and it's helping a little bit, but there's still something wrong. I think maybe I dislocated my coccyx, because that's what it feels like. It feels like something there isn't in the right spot. But figuring that out also costs money that I don't have. So we'll figure it out. I'm surviving. It's fine. Okay, so those are all the single stickers that are going to be going up in the shop. And then these I'm going to, yeah, I do some core exercises too, for sure. Yeah, but I think part of the issue is like a tilted pelvis kind of thing. So I've been doing a lot of like half bridges and stuff like that to try and get things moving the right way. But I am crooked. My spine's always been crooked. So these are frosted little roses that we did. This was a while ago that I was talking about. But the idea is that so each individual one is going to go with one of the greeting cards that I'm starting to sell soon to be like the envelope closer. So that's going to be an option that you can add on to those. And I'll probably use them to close my own envelopes that I send out to people too. So like on sticker orders, I send them in just like a card envelope. So I'll probably use these to close that. I probably won't sell these just separate. I'll probably only do them with the greeting cards unless people are interested. I'm fine with splitting them up because I have like a lot of these. So I think I did the math yesterday. I know I did math yesterday. And it was, I have over 1,000 individual stickers of these. So like if somebody wants some, that can happen. And they'd probably be really cheap. So, but yeah, so things coming soon. It's exciting, and you'll probably see me working on some more packaging and stuff. Yeah, I'm not good at math, but Lord, do I try. I guess I don't need to be math if I'm good at Excel formulas, right? That's how it works. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But I had to like, since my sticker order came in, I had to count all the stickers and figure out how many I want to split off for mystery packs and that kind of stuff, and how many I'm going to keep back and blah, 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 and how many backing sheet boards I need to print and all that kind of stuff. I haven't gotten any paintbrushes out. That's something I didn't do. A lot of these are really small. I'm going to regret making the turtle this small. I'm just going to say that right now. Like, that was not a smart move on my part. You might be useful. Whom else do I want here? Why can I never see my liner brushes? It's just because they're so tiny. Alright. Oh, it's because I put brushes in there. That's why, and it's behind my water bottle. Okay, that's a thing that I did. Not the smartest. Okay, do you guys want to vote on what we start with? Or should I just go? So it's a little bit hard to see. It'll be better once I get color on it. But we have an inchworm. We have a green sphinx moth. We have a red-eared slider turtle. I'm going to try to remember the proper names of all these, and I'm not going to succeed. There's a gecko. There's this frog, which I'm also very excited about. He's an Australian green frog. There's a little alien. There's a chameleon. There's a long-nosed something snake. Long nose, vine snake. And then there's a dandelion. I'm not going to make like a proper poll because I don't care that much, if I'm being honest. But if anybody else has an opinion, feel free to shout it out. If not, we can probably start with the turtle, just because I'm scared of the turtle, so we can, you know how they say to eat your toad at the beginning of the day? We can eat our turtle at the beginning of the day or something. I don't know. Also, I just realized I have a really fun turtle fact that you probably don't want to know, but I'll say anyway. Did you know, well, for one, people eat turtles. That's a thing. Most people probably know that. But did you know that it's called cooter? When it's meat, it's called cooter in the South, or some places. I guess I shouldn't say specifically the South. And you can also have a faux cooter stew. That's a real recipe that exists in our world. You're welcome. I know you really wanted that information. Yep. People eat turtles, and they call it cooter. When I was working, there was a bookstore I was working at that did like used books. And one of the books we got in was a quote unquote trailer park recipe book, which included stuff for like squirrel and raccoon and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting. So I was looking at it, and yep, faux cooter stew is an option in there. Which, yeah, fun facts. The more you know. Well, that's not accurate. I have my own secret Discord where I keep reference photos and stuff so that I can pull them up. So I'm pulling up my reference photo for this. And red ear spider turtle. Is that what I said? I don't think that's what I said. I tried though, and therefore no one should criticize me. Okay. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Okay, I don't want that over there. I want that over here. So I just have my iPad with one of the reference photos up. Just so that I remember where the different colors go. Because red and green are complementary colors, which is part of why I picked this turtle, because I think he looks very dashing with his complementary colors. But it also means that if I mess this up, it's going to look really muddy and weird right there. Okay. Is my tea cool enough now? Am I going to burn my mouth? Let's find out. No, that's like the perfect temperature, so we can shoot the shit for a little bit while I drink my tea. So I've mentioned a couple of streams that I got a tea advent calendar from the tea company I like. So this is today's advent tea, which was banana nut bread, which is something that I do not want to eat. So I was a little hesitant about the tea. It's not too bad though. They're natural. They use like a natural banana flavor, which tastes like an actual banana you would eat, which is nice, versus like the artificial candy banana. So it's not too bad, but I'm like not a big banana fan, and feel free to take this out of context. I'm not a big nut fan either. So like I've made banana nut bread, but I don't eat it. I've also made plain banana bread and I don't eat it. If you want me to eat some sort of quick bread that has a fruit in it, it's got to be pumpkin. I'll eat zucchini bread, but pumpkin bread is the king. At least in my opinion. Let's see, I can hold my tea and paint probably. I'm gonna get distracted and then the tea's gonna get cold, which is fine, but. Do I want to start with this brush? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna just block in some colors really fast. We're mostly using sap green. You can have all mine, Sparkle. That's my promise to you. If we're ever hanging out and there's banana nut bread or banana bread, you can have my share. I will gladly give that up to you. So we're really, the legs are going to be quite a bit darker. The main body is a bit darker than this sap green that I'm using, but they have these really nice, like, brighter streaks that go through. And just blocking in some colors so I know what the heck I'm doing will help out a lot. The spot right here is supposed to be red. And his eyes are very fetching yellow. But I'll want to let that dry before I add the red in there. Because if the two spots are wet when they're next to each other, the pigments will mix, and like I said, complementary colors will make a kind of muddy browny color, which we don't particularly want. I think I want to do the sap green. Yeah, exactly, Sparkle. I'll just hand it over to you. I don't know, that's one of my favorite things about online friends, is talking about sharing food like you're actually in the same spot. So I do that with Jick too, where he likes a lot of the candy flavors that I don't like. So I'll say, oh yeah, you can have all my orange ones or whatever. Actually, oh, I wanted that to be yellow. That was a mistake. It's okay though. We're still doing super light, so this won't be an issue. I've gone through like 2 huge bags of gummy bears to pick out all the orange ones to send to Lib. Because that's their favorite flavor and I don't like it. And I got Albanese gummy bears are my favorite. They have 12 different flavors, which is superior to any other gummy bear brand. And no, I'm not sponsored. I just think that they're really good. But they have so many flavors that like picking one out to give to somebody is like not even a big deal. At some point I do want to take a really nice picture of gummy bears and do a bigger painting of them just for kicks, because I did one was that last month? Oh my god, what is time? But I have my sketchbook here I can show. I did a little quick one, like less than 30 minutes. Yeah. Right here. Oh yeah, get to work, lady. I have a crochet baby blanket sitting in the other room I need to finish too. The baby's been born for over a month. But I want to do like a bigger, nicer version of the gummy bears because I had a lot of fun with this. But I want to take my own reference photo. I used just like some random photo on the internet for that because I wasn't planning on selling it at all. Oh, I also have my dad's dog down there. Hang on. Yeah. So, see, look, I painted my dad's dog too for this. And I kind of wish I had done this bigger and planned on selling it because it's so freaking cute. I do need to do more pets, I think. Because one, I enjoyed doing this. And two, pet commissions make bank. It's like furry art for the masses. But yeah, I want to do another gummy bear painting. But I want to take my own photo so that it's not like a big copyright nightmare. So that I can sell it. Because somebody mentioned that it would make good, what's that word, washi tape? I think that would be fun. Washi tape is kind of like expensive to get started with, but I think if I make a couple designs that I really like, I'd be okay with it just being mine too, because I use washi tape like a lot for stuff. Because it's cute. It gives me serotonin. That's a little too damp. Are you mostly dry? You're good. Okay. There's a specific red that I want for this, and it's not on my palette. It is in my travel palette, though. There you are. Oh my gosh. I open this and then immediately a chunk of watercolor falls out. That's not helpful to me. I'm gonna need to like glue these in, which is not ideal. Which color is the one I'm thinking of? I want Pyreal Scarlet, which is this one. Alright. I could put some on my actual palette, but if I have it already out of the tube here, I might as well just do that, so. I think that's about the right. And then I can deepen it up if I want to. I do think that I'm gonna need to plan out stripies on the neck with some yellow and then work around those as I darken the rest of it, which is gonna take some remembering to do. Maybe I want to start something else while I'm working on that in between drying spots. I think maybe the dandelion. Because I'm not, well, I guess I'm in danger of dragging my sleeve through that. I'm thinking about where I set my hand on the page, because as we know, I am a bad offender for setting my hand in wet paint. Oh, I guess, can you guys also see that bruise? I smacked my wrist on the corner of a table yesterday. And I bruise real easy. You would think it was weird to bring a tree inside if you hadn't done that holiday before. I still think it's a little weird, and I do know the holiday. I keep looking at the box over there. I wanna open it, but I should wait. Okay, let me lay in a little bit. I feel like I'm scrunched today for some reason. I feel like everything's too close. It's probably just my mental state, if I'm being honest. I don't even know if that's gonna show up on camera like at all. I also think when my computer reset, it messed up with the camera focus again. I'm over it. I think my big purchase in the new year is gonna be a better art camera, because I cannot be messing with this Logitech all the time. It's driving me bonkers. And I know I'm using it for something that it wasn't really made for, but... Okay, nobody has done Merry Crisis, and I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to do that in a second here. I did make it kind of expensive just because I was worried about people spamming me in it, but I think perhaps I did not need to be worried about that. Is that a correct sentence? I don't even know, man.
Happy Christmas.
There we go. Thank you, stars.
Merry Crisis. Merry Chrysler.
I love it. Oh, it's longer than the vine. I thought I put it so that it was the same length, but I guess it didn't. It's so fun. That's the one that I didn't tell you guys. I did add a pretty expensive one to trigger a sticker giveaway in chat. And I think I'll add one that's just a little bit more expensive to just redeem for a free sticker. So yeah, because I wanted to do something that like gives back a bit, and I think that's reasonable. If we think that cost is too much, I kind of just like vibe checked for it, but I feel like that's reasonable considering how many channel points I have in other people's streams and like how much that actually costs, if that makes sense. But I thought that would be kind of just like a fun little thing that I've been meaning to add and didn't get around to it, but I was working on adding more alerts yesterday, so I did. I guess we do have some kind of yellowy stripes on here too, so let's do that. Just a couple though. But working on those alerts is like a good thing I can do while I'm eating, because I'm really bad at like actually taking a break to eat, because then I have to be alone with my own brain, and I don't want that. So I like actually today to eat my lunch, I actually like turned on somebody's stream and I was like, you guys are body doubling me so that I'll eat. Because otherwise I'll just get distracted doing something and like just not. I think this tea is fine for what it is, but I would not purchase it. There's also like a lot of sediment in the bottom. Can you see that? Maybe if I tilt it a little bit. Caution, Catherine. Yeah, because a lot of sediment, which is fine. I mean, it's tea. It is a honeybush tea, which has much smaller chunks than like a black tea or a green tea would. Okay, things to be doing on this guy. I think where's yeah, there's a pattern along the side here that I didn't draw in. Because I was like, I can just do that in watercolor, and now I'm kind of wishing that I had drawn it in. And such is life, having to flip through like 35 different images. The in-between parts of the shell are also quite a bit darker, so I might... Yeah, all of my tea is loose leaf tea. I pretty much only use loose leaf tea. There's 2 tea bags that I still buy, and that's the original Sleepy Time and Tazo's, well, I guess it's Starbucks now, Tango Passion Tea. Those are the only 2 that I really get in bags anymore. This tea company that I do that does mostly loose leaf, they also have some in tea bags that I'll get soon, because one of the classes I've been modeling at, the professor is English and so has a hot water kettle and offers to make you tea, which is really nice. So I'll bring tea bags to that. Which I actually had a dream about modeling last night. So that was a fun change, because I've been dreaming about the last in-person job I had for like ages. And part of that is because it traumatized me. It was not a fun time there. And part of it is just because that's like the last in-person job I worked. I think I need to do like a little bit of actually like Payne's gray in here too, but that can be a top layer. But I actually had a dream about figuring out modeling last night, which was good. It was a nice change to be in a room of people who are actually respecting you for once. Because God knows my last job wasn't like that. My coworkers were great for the most part. It was the bosses that were an issue, which is not an original story, and I'm not saying that it is. Just, I get a lot more respect at this job so far than I did anywhere else. And also, like, people are actually concerned about my body in like a nice way. The way I said that sounded kind of weird, maybe. But like, my actual body limitations are respected and in fact put at the forefront of what I'm doing, which is like wild to me. Because like anybody who's worked a retail job knows they really don't give 2 shits about how your body is doing. But here, that's like a whole thing. Every time I get into a pose, they're like, are you sure you can hold that for this long? Are you doing okay? Are you comfortable? And it's like, yeah, I can do this. Versus retail, where it's like, no, lift more 70-pound boxes, bitch. So that's nice. If I could actually live off the money I make doing this, I would. Because, I don't know. People treat me niceys. I really should wipe down my palette. It's filthy dirty again. Which is to be expected. I'll finish this color and then I think I'll wipe it down real quick. I think I still have my spray bottle over here somewhere. I do. Perfect. I can even spritz on my watercolors to get some better pigmentation going. Goot goot. Whew. I'm calming down now. I was like really wound up. Now I've got a paintbrush and it's all fine. Which is so weird how my brain does that. I don't know. I think it's partially just because you really need to focus on what you're doing. So I I react to it the same way that I do to like list making, which is something I do when I'm really anxious because you need to focus, and I focus on like writing nicely. So having like a physical point to focus your energy on while you're purposefully controlling your breath so that you don't make wiggle lines is like really helpful. Okay, this may end in a little bit of disaster. We're gonna find out. But I just want to spray this down a little bit and clean it so that I have more color mixy space. Yeah, that was maybe too much water. Yeah, it is, for sure. And welcome in. It's good to see you. But I also like forget that it's good for me sometimes, which is easy to do. I think a lot of things, especially if you don't. How am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Words? Especially if you're like bad at forming habits, if you fall out of them, you kind of forget that the habits were important in the first place. Me looking at my daily journal that's been sitting untouched for 3 weeks. There's a reason I do that. I just need to get back into the momentum of doing it. It isn't even like really a habit because I still have to like actively think about and choose to do it. But if I lose momentum on something, I find it really hard to go back to it, even if I know it's good for me. All right, that's better. Now we have some mixy space again. I don't know what that color was. I forget. I forgot. God, I bet nobody understands what I'm talking about like 90% of the time. Because like so much of the random things that I say are just picked up from Tumblr or a random streamer. And that's just my life. I actually straight up said disaster for Scotland at my brother the other day. Which makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not from Scotland. What's happening? I picked it up from a streamer who happens to be Scottish. That's what happened. I just don't hang around me. I'll steal all your funny little language quirks and then they're mine and I will keep them forever. Okay. I need a little bit of yellow along the edge of the shell here to mostly down here. I did look at my brother and I was like, this isn't going to make any sense to you, but I have to say it because my brain's yelling at me. It's like disaster for Scotland. And he was like, you're right. I didn't understand that. And then I explained where it came from. And he was like, because like I talk about you guys to my brother, in case you weren't aware. He knows who you are. Why did I pick that up? What am I doing? This. Yeah. It's so silly. So like a trick that I do sometimes when I'm trying to make my brain let me work is I put makeup on. Because just like the act of putting on the people face, my brain's like, okay, it's time to do stuff. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Why do I have to cosplay as myself? This is bullshit. Just like, I don't know, man. I come up with all these like brain hacks. Exactly, Kettle, exactly. It's just, oi. Like, it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of frustrating. Yep. See, I have gauged ears, so stretched ears. So I don't do earrings, like regular earrings anymore. And I'm usually wearing headphones, so I can't do like my dangly gauges because they get caught in the headphones and make my ears hurt. Although I do put those on when I leave the house fairly often. So maybe I should try to do that. I have some flat ones that would work. Although my favorite ones I have are like little roses. which is nice. I don't know. I just like pretties. I also put on perfume sometimes, which half is like that's what I do when I leave the house, and half is smell nice, give brain good chemicals. Which I actually got not exactly new perfume. I got a big perfume of one of the samples I got a while ago. Yeah, they're super cool. I'll write down to share a photo with you. Because we're both in IS Discord, right? I should set up a Discord, actually. I was thinking about that the other day. I think we're getting to a point where having a single place to catch people and to do polls about what I should do next on stream is good. Let me write this down. That's not a guarantee that I'll remember, but it makes it a little bit better. Rose gauge photo. I may have a photo with them actually on my person. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Written down on the sketchbook, which makes our chances a little higher. I don't know if there's a word for like the actual bottom part of a turtle shell. I'm calling it the undercarriage in my head. Yeah. Happy to share. Yeah. I'm definitely guilty of that too, especially because part of the, as I was mentioning with like habit momentum, part of the reason that I have my journal is so that I write things down in there to remember. And then when I get to the end of the day, when I'm just doing my like free write, I'll remember and do those things and then do my free write. But since I haven't been doing that, I've been forgetting a lot more things. Which none of them are like explosively, oh my god, disaster. But it does make some things more difficult. Okay. I need to darken up the greens here quite a bit. Oh, that's good, Stars. You have other stuff running in the background. So there's you were using Mix It Up, right? Am I remembering that right? I think it's through Mix It Up. It might be something else, but there's a way that you can do like in channel redeem where it adds something to a list. Because I know Elena Monster has that. I'm not sure if it's through Mix It Up. She also uses Mix It Up, or if it's through something else. But there's a way to have that just like do redeem, add to list in chat, and then write whatever you wanted it to be, and it will toss it into like a Word file for you to look at later. It could also just help. I said I was going to do one thing and then I immediately started doing something else. That's fine. What was I saying? If you have the reward queue too, that might just help, because it will have that little notification to remind you that you need to think about something. I know, I guess Jick has one too, where you can put in your friend code. Although a lot of his bot stuff, because it's like, it's old for Twitch bot stuff, a lot of that stuff is breaking. But there's probably a way to do it with other stuff. If that's helpful. Have you hung out in Elena's channel at all? If you do Elena in chat, it brings up her stream. But she has like a lot of like sound redeems and stuff. And has kind of a cutesy cozy vibe that I think matches yours. So you might look to find some ideas there. So she has like little Studio Ghibli sit sprites that will come up on stream and stuff like that. So that might be a help with the brainstorming. She has like a lot though. Just to be clear, I think it might be a little bit overwhelming to look at. Yeah, I think this paper is damaged right there. So that color is not soaking in the way it should. Yeah, I think the sound ones I feel like can be pretty overwhelming. So like right now, I think the only ones I have sound for are the holiday one that's going to be limited and the hydrate one. But I picked a pretty chill sound for the hydrate one, I think. It's just like babbling brook sounds a bit. So it's not like really intense. But like if you hang out with like Lib, for instance, has like tons of sound alerts and it's chaos all the time. Although right now it's more chaotic than usual because for the subathon there all the sounds are discounted. So yeah. But I added here, I'll redeem it myself so that I can just show you. Yeah, me too. I need like a few things. I also changed the colors of some stuff, I think, while I was messing around the other day. See? I think it's so funny. I do think I need to mess with that sound a little bit to have it fade out instead of just like the sudden stop, because that will make me crazy, I think. But I was like, okay, what do I think of with hydrate? I want something funny. So I want somebody like, I don't know, dumping a glass of water on their face or something. And I was like, oh my God, wait, that Vaporeon plush. And I had to spend like a million years trying to find that on the internet. And then I was like, wait, I have it saved to my phone. And yeah, and here we are now. The sound is from the BBC archives file, which I can send you a link for. I have the link in my little personal Discord. There's also some sounds from the National Parks Services. That's kind of cool. I was looking at those. There's a frog croaking one, which is really good. I'm writing it down next to the other stuff, and I will probably remember because I'm still thinking about sound stuff. So there's also, who was that person who has like the huge sound file library? Because I did use one of the paper tear ones for one of the alerts through Streamlabs. Something cow. But I'll send those to you. So BBC, NPC for natural, or NPS for National Park Services, and cow sound libraries. Because I have those sitting around in my notes. You'd think that me having my own Discord would make me more organized, and you'd be a little bit right. And I should write down who I'm sending that to. Adoy. There we go. But yeah, I also want to add. There are a couple bit alert ones that I want to add because I thought of them when I was first starting to stream, and I thought they were so funny. Oh no, it's not a difficult thing to do at all. That's something that I can do while I'm eating dinner or whatever. Because again, I'm bad at just sitting and having a proper break. My brain don't like it. I think I need to kind of soften these lines up because I don't like how harsh they are right now. Yeah, there's a spot in the paper right there that's a little bit funky. That's okay though. What was I saying? Bit alerts. But I want to have the chicken nuggets fine for 69 bits for sure. 69 cents, you know what that means. I don't have enough money for chicken nuggets. I want that. And then I forget which language it's in, but there's that little puppet who drops €1 down the drain from some commercial. And I kind of want that to be the 1-bit alert because I think that's really funny. It's stuck in my head. I know this is not what the puppet is saying, but to me it sounds like Mi Dinero, and that's funnier to me for some reason. It's like a puppet gasping and screaming, Mi Dinero! And it's so funny to me. And I also considered having a special bit alert that moves around for the amount of bits between, like, I don't know, 1 and 500. So it's like a secret alert, and if you do the right number, it'll bring up the alert, and then I change it to a different number, you know, kind of a thing. So it's like a hide and seek, but with bits, which I think part of the reason I didn't do that right off the bat was because it feels a little skeevy because I'm making you pay to do a treasure hunt, but it's also like, you guys have your own agency. I'm not bullying you. And it can just sit at the same spot for forever. That's fine with me. You know? But there's some sort of balance between, like, yes, I'm kind of asking for money by doing this, but also that's not bad, you know? Like, I'm not being evil about it or anything. So I think that's an internal work process where I need to, like, let myself exist, you know? Because, like, I wouldn't have a problem with somebody else doing that if I was a viewer. And in fact, I don't. I did make a specific little video for one of Lib's bit commands because I thought it was really funny. And so I made that with Lib and their husband's personas. And it turned out really good. I was just playing around with my new editing software because Procreate, which is the digital drawing program that I use, came out with like an animating one. And so I was playing around with that, and I think I figured it out. I don't know that I particularly like it, but I did figure out. I picked this up and then didn't take a sip. Girl, get it together. Yeah, see, I basically live on Twitch, and I have since like 2013. Actually, more like 2012, probably. So, I know some things. Although a lot has changed. Like some bot stuff. I mean, that's easier, for sure. But I did also kind of want to finish this tea before it was like fridge cold, because our house is cold. It's winter here. There. Tea accomplished. That was not my favorite tea of the day. They started off with a tea like the first day that I loved, and I'm like going to buy a bunch of, and then the rest of them have not been as good as that one. Yeah, there have been some good things. So like making an art category, for instance, was a great choice. And I can see why splitting makers and crafting was also a good choice, but I disagree with that on a certain level. Because I think that should be a subcategory of art and not its own thing, but that's a different argument to be had. There have definitely been some good changes. There have definitely been some bad changes. There have definitely been some changes that did absolutely nothing, like Twitch stories, for instance. But a lot of times what they'll do is release a good update and then only release it to partners, and then the partners don't use it, and then it'll be like, well, nobody gets it now. Which is just kind of like living on the internet, I guess. To make these yellow stripes a little bit darker, I think, at some point. But I will say that I've legitimately met some of my best friends on Twitch, so I can't pan it too hard, because it has given me some really great people in my life that I would never have met otherwise. Like I'm learning Finnish, decided to learn Finnish because of somebody I met on Twitch, so. But I think that's kind of the internet as a whole for me. I'm, I don't know, too in-person anxious to spend time with people. It overwhelms me so much. Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't get it. And like I use them on Instagram because I kind of like have to. But I don't use them anywhere else. But they like the algorithm punishes you if you don't use stories, so I use stories. I don't know. I just like I do like it on Instagram because I get to share other people's work, which you can't like repost really properly on Instagram the same way you can other places. But really, we should all just hang out on Tumblr, I think. Like they've been having a rough go of it, to be clear. I don't agree with everything they've been doing, but I think this blogging system where you can share other people's stuff easily and with credit works really well. Yeah, exactly. I've been doing really good with Reels, just in case anybody was wondering. I'm killing it this year. Um, I'm trying to remember what percentage it was that my followers are up on Instagram because it was something ridiculous, like 1,096% this year. Because, girl, I'm going. Like, you can make me use this thing, but I still think it's hilarious that my reels complaining about the algorithm are always the ones that do best for me, and I think that's freaking hilarious. Like, we all hate it. Yeah, that's hard, lady. I recorded myself inking, let's see, this guy. Maybe this guy I did? Maybe I just did those two. I don't remember. Um, so that I can take clips from that. And actually, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to pull out my phone and I'm going to record myself painting this a little bit, and then I will have more real content. I also, today I posted one, and I have two more to do of me opening some of Lib's stickers because, oh, excuse me, my nose is just going to be a bastard now. They have, some really cool like collectible stickers that they do. And yeah, for sure. So as you can see, my setup is really technical. It's very difficult to do. You need to have a lot of equipment, and that equipment is just called the roll of tape that I had sitting here already. And I guess a pop stand, which I only use because holding it with the pop stand between my fingers is a lot better for my wrist. Um, Man, I should have been recording while I was saying that. That's fine. Um, but I really just do like almost a straight on angle to the paper, so that you can really see the brush moving. And like obviously that doesn't work for all mediums. Um, but like doing something like this gives you a really nice angle to see the actual work where my hand isn't in the way, which is big and difficult. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah. I have this one, and then I have a one that I got from a native artist who beaded me one. But I think I was a little bit too hard on it because it started coming undone. So I have it just set aside, but I could reuse it if I wanted to. It was just the border that was an issue. But it's so pretty that I don't want to just like absolutely destroy it, which seems to be what's going to happen if I keep using it. So I do think one of the issues too is that I have a weird phone. So I have the 12 mini that sold like crap. So there's not a lot of good cases for it, because they do make a lot of cases that have like the flip out stand and stuff. I use one that has a wallet in it, but because I almost always have my phone on me and it's something that I can make noise, so I can't lose it as easily. Let's work on your tail a little bit, buddy, huh? think I'm gonna need to introduce some weirder greens in here to differentiate it a little bit. I had just thought of something I was gonna do and then I immediately forgot it. Oh, that's what I was doing. Never mind. I was adding some little dots in here because that's what's the pattern in the image. I'm trying to make these, like, obviously they're not 100% photorealistic, and I'm not aiming for that because that would make me insane. But I'm trying to make these like recognizable as the critters that they are. I think inchworm is pretty easy to figure out in general, but I did like look up the specific names for like the gecko and stuff. So I do have like specific species names and stuff. Because I don't know, maybe there's that one guy on Tumblr who's like an actual, what's that word, herpetologist? A person who studies frogs and stuff for a living. So I might tag him and be like, can you tell what frogs these are? Did I do a good job? Which feels a little attention seeking, but I'm allowed to want attention. It's a human want, and that's okay. I still think I need to make these in-between bits darker. Herpetologist. Okay, I remember things sometimes, but I'm not always sure about it. I did weird things. I was talking with a stream yesterday about Michael Bublé's, excuse me, Santa Buddy song. And they were asking like what time, like what year it had come out. And I was like, I feel like I remember at first hearing about it and making fun of it in like 2012. But I might be wrong. But the album did come out in 2011, and I was so pleased with myself. Like, why do I remember this weirdly specific thing? But I can't remember to brush my teeth without writing it down. Like, what the heck? Brains are weird. I don't know if you guys knew. Although I have the odd feeling that anybody who watches me knows that brains are weird. And in fact, has some brain weird themselves. Because like attracts like. This is like a red-based gray that I'm using instead of the blue gray. I think this is gonna do a little bit better for differentiating it. I like how I said like 10 minutes ago that I needed to darken like the turtle skin, and then I promptly ignored that and started working on the shell. Oh, I have so many random facts. Yeah, true. I don't know, like I get that it's important, but that doesn't make my brain want to remember it. I'm just gonna paint this entire thing with a liner brush apparently, which is like fine. It's just weird. But I'm weird, so I guess that's allowed. Okay, that's 5 minutes of stuff. You can go away now. Thank you for your services. I will say something that I really don't like about filming with my phone is that the way that it does the white balance is really weird. Because it will make it like really, really bright. So if I'm like, and this isn't just my phone, this is like phones in general, I guess, or maybe it's iPhones in general, but like I'll be browsing Instagram at night before I go to bed because I can, I guess, and will be blinded by a video because it's just so bright. And like I get wanting to have a really visible video, but also, ow. I do have like way more light sensitivity than I realized too. That's been a thing to come to terms with this year. for sure is how light sensitive I actually am. Oh, which speaking of Highland Song, who changed their stuff because we asked them to really nicely. Well, I asked them to. I as in the person, not I as in me. Um, I bought it. I bought it because they added in the take out the lightning flashes. It's like, wow, a developer that listens. Theoretically, they're testing a patch that works for cassette beasts. This is all connected in my brain. I'm realizing saying it out loud that if you haven't heard me talk about these before, you just could not follow the train of thought at all. So I realized I was light sensitive this year because of how many video games had set me off with migraines, and last year really. And one of the worst offenders of that is Pokemon, actually. Two, I bought a video game that had a specific accessibility function in it that I needed. But it doesn't work on the Switch version, which is the version I bought. I've been in email chains with this developer for about 9 months now trying to get this fixed. And by trying to get this fixed, I mean I'm nagging them every week, like, hey, is this going to get fixed? Is this going to get fixed? Blah, 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 blah. And they promised me for the last 2 patches that it would get fixed, and it hasn't been. So they're promising me again that this patch is actually going to fix it. So I'm not holding my breath, but I hope they're right so that I can stop bothering them. And to be clear, I don't have an issue with bothering them, but I would like to not have to put in that level of effort anymore. Because I literally have an alert in my phone like every Saturday, email Raw Fury. And I'm sure they're tired of me. They thought I was going to go away like month 3. And I'm still there like, hey guys, remember how you said this was going to be fixed? It isn't. So I'm sure every time I email in the poor person who's in charge of ferrying all the complaints over to the actual developers is like, God, I'm so tired of her. Please go away. I'm not until you fix the game. At least one other person I know was emailing them about the same issue and got offered a Steam version of the game. I have not been offered a Steam version of the game. They got a refund for their Nintendo version, like through Nintendo because they bought it for Switch too. But they can't play it on Steam. So they're just kind of like SOL, which is really unfortunate. And to be clear, I don't blame them for giving up on this, for sure, because it's like a lot of effort and awful. And it's a lot of work to keep up with, so I totally understand that nobody else wants to do this. But I have time, and I have a lot of spite to work through this year. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that for some good. And that good is making this game more accessible. But yeah, for sure, they're probably like, ugh, pulling out the keyboard, rubbing their face, and going, yeah, that should be fixed with the next update. And then just crawling under their desk to cry for a little bit. But if it's not fixed by the end of the year, I'm definitely saying something again on Twitter. Because I did say something when the game came out in, I think it was May 25th of this year. So I tweeted that. I tweeted at the creators of the game. I tweeted at the 2 developer teams that are working on the Switch version. Nobody responded to me on Twitter. I emailed in to their like helpline or whatever the proper name they call it is, and have been going at it ever since. But I finally have my Steam year in review in, which is really exciting for me because this is like the first year that I've had one. Because my dad got me a Steam Deck for my birthday, which is great because it has vastly opened up the amount of indie games I can play, and it's just incredible, and I love it so much. So I've gotten to play like a lot of games that I wouldn't have been able to play before, which I'm very pleased about. So I also have been keeping a spreadsheet, which I think I mentioned last time. Oh yeah, do it. Everybody go get your dailies. But I've been playing like a massive amount of games. But the most important thing about my Steam year in review was my days played in a row streak, which was 69 days. So I'm pleased with that. But I'm very happy with the amount of games I've been able to go through. Because instead of doing like regular New Year's resolutions, I do kind of like commitments to self betterment, I guess is a way to put it. So I do, a year before this year, I wanted to play more indie games. So I did that and I've kept going on that because indie games are good and there's so many options for stuff and I'm loving it. Um, and then this year was to read more books. And I kind of expanded that at one point to consume more new media, which I've done a pretty good job with. I still didn't watch as many movies as is maybe normal, but I don't know. I find movies difficult because of the level of attention I have to show them. But I think I hit 72 books this week for the whole year, which is pretty impressive considering what else I've been going through this year, I think. So I'll probably keep up with that. Um, I probably won't push myself to finish as many TV shows as I did this year, which still is not like a lot for a normal person, but I am not a normal person, so. I actually this year have held library cards at 2 different libraries. My local library, which is Anchorage, which I like them. I also requested some books from the library for the first time this year, which was exciting for me. And they got all of my suggestions, so I'm guessing they don't get a lot of requests. Or maybe the little essays that I wrote about why I wanted the book were really good. I don't know. So that's cool. And then I also paid a $50 fee to have a library card through Queens, New York, which has been excellent. Like, clearly the Queens, New York library is bigger than Anchorage Library. Like, duh. Um, so I've had like a lot of really great books through them that I wouldn't have been able to get without a request from my local library, which is really nice. Um, so, yeah. I mostly do digital, so I haven't actually gone into the library in a really long time because, world constantly exploding. But I've been really pleased with so both libraries use the Libby app, um, which is nice because I can just do everything through my phone, right? And then I have my tablet that I can actually read books on. And it's been really good because it does both audiobooks and ebooks. Because I definitely wanted to. I do still have like books that I bought that I haven't read yet, which is that's just being a reader, I think, is having a to be read pile that is just like staring you down from the corner while you get new books. But it does mean that I'm not spending as much money, and it means that I'm supporting a really important public service. So I think that's good on multiple levels. I was a little worried about the requesting books too, but my library at least has like a form that you fill out. And because I've worked in bookstores before, I knew how to get all the information. So like they ask for publisher and they ask for the ISBN. And I already I have previous knowledge in how to do that, but I do think that it would be a little bit overwhelming for somebody who didn't know how to do that. But I'm happy to help people if they need help with that. It's mostly just web searches, honestly, to find that information. And sometimes it's a little obfuscated, especially if the book is like older, because sometimes stuff has moved publishers and so it's ended up in a different place, or the publisher changed names or whatever. But mostly you can figure it out. I think this turtle is actually looking pretty good so far. I do still need to mess with the shell a little bit more. And I do need to darken this up a little bit, and I think brighten, like pigment up the yellow a bit more. Oh, yeah. So there are definitely some audiobooks where I really don't like the reader's voice, and that can be an issue for me. Um, but I get used to it after a while. It's just kind of jarring to change from one voice to another. And I also sometimes have some audio processing weirdness. So I have some hearing damage in my right ear. That makes it difficult to hear some days, and like it fluctuates. So if there's a new voice, I find that much more difficult to process sometimes. I forget where I was going with that. I guess just that it's totally valid to have some weirdness about audiobooks, I guess was my point. Yeah. But I think also one of the good things about the Libby app and like doing digital library stuff in general is that it automatically returns it for you, which can be frustrating, but it also means that it's like really difficult to incur late fees, which can be good for those of us with brain weasels. And it's super easy to request a extension. Sometimes you won't be able to because of like the library rules or however many people are waiting or whatever. But oh yeah. I sometimes I will get both the actual physical book and the audiobook at the same time and like do what you used to do in school where somebody will read around aloud and you look at the paragraph as it's going. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. But that's more difficult to do if you're just doing it through the library. Because I do definitely have a copy of Utopia. That's both the audiobook and the written book because I needed more brain work to read through that one. Because I read a little bit of it for a college class, but I hadn't read the whole thing and I wanted to read the whole thing, so. But it is some weird words. I did listen to all of Pride and Prejudice in like a day last week because I had like, I think it was Monday, I had some extra time. So I just kind of looked through the Libby app because you can look at what's available right now. And I was just kind of looking through the audiobooks because I wanted to play a video game too. And so I just kind of looked through what was available and I was like, Pride and Prejudice. I haven't tried to read that in a while because I petered out on it last time I tried to read it when I was like 18 or something. So I did that while I was playing Lottle Knot. Yeah, late fees are rough. And usually they aren't like super bad, but they feel really overwhelming. Especially if you were one of those kids who like got in trouble for forgetting stuff a lot. It feels really dramatic. I think it was like 10 hours. I didn't quite finish it in one day. I think I had like a half hour or something because I was like, I should go to bed. But yeah, I don't know. I do really well to play a video game because I almost never listen to video game sounds. I tried to do that more this year, especially with indie games who have like really worked hard on their soundtrack. But for the most part, I don't play any video games with sound. So I'll put on an audiobook and listen to that while I'm playing a video game. Unless it's like really text heavy, because that makes me feel, overwhelmed like really fast. I don't know, there's something about language that's just fast track to making my brain implode. I think we're getting there on our turtle. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And sometimes a deadline helps, and sometimes it just makes you feel like so overwhelmed that you can't do anything. And you get like that paralysis, which is difficult to deal with, especially when you have something that's like due. Because I definitely, there was at one point this year, and I don't remember exactly when it was, where like all of the books I had on hold came through at once, and I was like, I have 5 books I need to finish. But luckily, I'm just a shill for Libby app now. Luckily with the Libby app, it's super easy to like put a hold on your hold. It's easy to push your hold back, like so that you go a little bit farther in the queue if you're feeling overwhelmed, which is good. But I definitely had like what all came in at once. I had a Percy Jackson audiobook come through. I had, was it the Twyford Code came in at the same time? And one other one, and I forget what it was. But the Percy Jackson ones were so fast that I really didn't need to worry about it. Because I hadn't done anything with Percy Jackson before this year, but I was curious, so. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I really have only used it this year. It's new. Do you guys want to hear what my commitment to personal betterment is going to be for next year? Because I decided on it the other day. Because I realized something. I ask if you want to know. I'm just going to tell you anyway. I don't know why I ask. It's like a rhetorical question. But I realized when I was thinking about what to do for art versus artist for this year that I think the only photos I have of myself are at my mom's funeral from this year. So I think next year we're gonna work on our self-hate a little bit, and we're gonna take more photos. That's my plan for next year. Gonna show my face more. Because I do definitely have like some issues, TM, with my body and my face, which a lot of that has to do with my teeth, if I'm being honest. But I don't need to show my teeth in a photo, so it's fine. But I think that's the next big thing. We've worked on my brain a fair amount the past couple of years. So next it's gonna be some body yaddy stuff. Which also involves my brain, to be clear, but let's see. I need to do his pupil at some point. That will feel better. Also, a lot of these lines are kind of like dotted a little bit because they're like scaly. But I don't know that I want to mess with that. And I do need to do some shading. So let's darken up some of this green. I do need to look through and see if I'm right, but I'm pretty sure the only photos that I actually have of me that aren't just, I don't know, me taking a photo of a zit or something to make sure that it's not exploding are from my mom's funeral. So that's not a great thing for my person. But you know what? We can change it. It's never too late to change. Probably should let this dry a little bit, but we're just gonna go. I do need to saturate that red a little bit too. That will definitely be after this bit dries thing. I guess you guys, like, I guess it's better if you have a bigger screen, but he's little. He's so little. I should have made him bigger. Like, this frog is huge. What was I doing? I just looked at his face and I was like, that'll fit here. Oh, I think did I mention, not today, but I think. I do think I want to do a Christmas Day stream. I was thinking maybe we wanted to do a Christmas Eve stream too. I'm not sure. But I will definitely do a Christmas Day stream. I didn't add that to the schedule, which I should have done today, but I'll probably do it in the afternoon for me, so it'll be a little bit later. So like this time, similar to this time slot. But I don't know, the person who I would normally hang out with on Christmas is not streaming this time, so not streaming this year. So I was like, you know what? That means I can stream this year. Because let's go. What the heck? And it won't be like a super Christmassy stream or anything. I'm probably going to do some paint swatches with the new paints that just came in today. Just for kicks and giggles. I also have those new colored pencils that I could stand to do some swatches of, so we might just have like a little chill sit down and get my art supplies to a point where I can like have a sheet to look at and just go, yeah, this is what I want. I feel like it's so much later, but I know that's because the sun literally just went down while I was sitting here. It's so dark now. I think stream is still relatively bright in comparison, but yeah, sunset has definitely happened. It happened like a half hour ago, but it's starting to feel dark. Such is life in winter up here, though. I'm ready for summer. Okay, good. I have been setting up the light, the ring light that you can see a little bit, to try and make that not as bad. But I have to be careful with the light because, as previously mentioned, I have some light sensitivity, so if I have that light on too bright, I end up giving myself a migraine. Which is like a really fun little streamer thing. Hashtag just streamer things. If I add some of this yellow, is it gonna make it too dark? Let's test it on the shell, because that one's not as big of a deal. No, I think that will help. Let's do some of that. But the sun's down in Alaska, so now it suddenly feels like it's midnight and I just want to go to bed. Hashtag Alaska problems. I guess it is solstice in like, I guess tomorrow, huh? They changed it 21st to the 20th, right? I think he needs more of the sap green on his skin, especially up here. Brighten it up a little bit. Could also probably use some Viridian Hue, but I don't want it to be that intense, I think. Yeah, that's closer. That's better. Okay, I think I just need to do the red and his pupil, which I think I want to do with a pen. When I think he's done, and I think I'll do the dandelion next, just because that one's going to be relatively quick. Or I could just end. I don't know. It's been a while since I streamed on a Tuesday, actually. I was busy. Or, you know, protesting the state of the world, I guess, was last week. Which I don't know that it does much, but better than not doing it at all. Yeah, I think I just need to let that dry a little bit and then deepen up the red. There's an icicle hanging off the side of my house that's just like completely crooked, and I think it's really funny. Like instead of being straight up and down, it's like tilted like this, and it's so funny. Like, what happened? What were you doing? I could also probably lay some base colors down for other stuff, because I'll be working on this again on Friday. Trying to think about what I want to work on tomorrow when I'm not on stream. Probably, I do still need to start the quilt block for this color, so maybe I'll do that. I did also want to do a terrarium like the other sticker one that I did. But I'm not sure I'm gonna have time this month, just because I had to like fist fight my brain to get anything done, which is fine. I only promised to get 2 done for each color for each month. Like I would like to do more, and often I will do more, but the reason I have that leeway is in case I have a bad brain time. So I do need to, I need to pull the cards for the next poll for my patrons. When do I need to do that? Soon. Um, Next week. Well, I should post it on Sunday. Which gives everybody else a week. Okay. I'm putting a note in my calendar. Post CIF poll. Which means I should record pulling that tomorrow. Alright. I also have a notification. When did I get a notification? I'm so popular. Oh. Ooh. Ah. There. Alright. Are you mostly dry now? You are. Excellent. It's so dry in the air here that I think stuff is drying like way faster than it normally does. Because it's winter here. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you heard me saying it 35,000 times today. It's winter. And we had some real cold for a bit there. We're back up into like the 20s Fahrenheit. But we definitely had some real cold for a bit. I may want to do one more layer of that red when it dries. Or maybe this is enough. Actually, I think that might be good. We'll see how it dries. But it is like a pretty bright color. I might actually go over it with a little bit orange next. Like my Aussie red gold, I think will be good. Okay, dandelion. Let's blast that out, and then I can go have a treat. I got a soda. We ordered dinner last night, and I got a soda with the express purpose to drink it later today as a little treat. Also, it was a squirt specifically. I considered drinking it on stream just to be funny, but then I decided to have my tea instead. But I haven't had squirt in ages. It's something I used to get because there was a... I could start at the beginning of the story and then it would make more sense. When I was growing up in Oregon, my grandma lives in Northern California. So at least twice a year we would drive down there from Portland to Mumble in California, which is like an 8 to 10 hour car ride. So there's a lot of rest stops and stuff along the way. And one of the rest stops that we always stopped at had a vending machine that had squirt in it, which is a grapefruit soda. And I love grapefruit. Always have, probably always will. So I would always get a squirt from this specific vending machine. So it's kind of a nostalgic drink for me. And I don't know the last time I actually had a squirt. Probably more recently than when I lived in Oregon, but it's been a while. So I decided to get one because this restaurant we were ordering from had some. And I was excited about it. But I did look up to see if it had caffeine in it or not because I'm not great with caffeine. So I watch out for it in general. And so I was looking it up, and apparently the regular one doesn't have caffeine in it, but the ruby red version does have caffeine in it. And I don't understand why. I guess caffeine tastes bitter, so maybe you'd want the grapefruit soda to taste bitter, but ruby reds are known for being sweeter than regular grapefruit. Like the plain squirt is based off of a white grapefruit, which is like the most bitter one. So if you were gonna make one caffeinated, it should be that, right? I don't know why you'd do that to the ruby red. I do also have grapefruit juice, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know. There are some sodas that you wouldn't expect to have caffeine in it that do have caffeine. I got tricked by Sunkissed before. They have caffeine in it. And I'd had like 3 sodas and I was like, why do I feel insane? Oh, because there's caffeine in this. That's great. Thanks for the warning. Okay, I would like a flat brush, please. This will work. I want to have it look like there's like concrete underneath it, and I think I'm just gonna do that with some flat watercolor brush strokes, just to have like the vibe of concrete without like actually having to paint concrete. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There are quite a few fruit things that people have put caffeine into that really don't need caffeine. Like there's been a lawsuit against Panera because they had like this super caffeinated lemonade, which like lemonade doesn't need caffeine. It doesn't. But also if you put caffeine in the lemonade, you have to label it properly because it's not something that usually has caffeine in it, right? And it's actually killed 2 people because it's so highly caffeinated. It's just like absolutely wild. I don't know. I'm not great with caffeine, like I said. And there was a time in my life where I was having some health issues and they told me to not drink any caffeine. So now I'm like, I don't know, I'm very specific about caffeine labeling because it definitely is not as good as it should be. Because I mean, that stuff should really be very clearly labeled because even though we don't like to treat it like one, caffeine is a drug. And it can mess with your heart and it can mess with your urinary system. It can mess with all sorts of stuff. So you really shouldn't like futz with it or try to hide it. Just say it's there. I said I was going to do like really broad swashy strokes and I am distinctly not doing that, but that's okay. I'll probably do another layer similar to that once that layer dries, but I do need to get some of this in here. Yeah, all right. That's don't think this dandelion needs to be like super detailed because I don't think it will take much to make it read as detailed, if that makes sense. And also, like, it's a dandelion. There isn't a huge amount to do. I do need to wait for these petals to dry a bit before I do too much. But I think the outer petals are probably good for me to go in with some shading here. That's a little bit too intense. You want to calm down, friend? Thank you. God, the sun going away makes it feel so freaking late, and it's not late, but all I want to do is hibernate. Winter, man. I would guess that's why so many people have like a big celebration in the middle of winter. It's like, what else is there to live for right now, you know? It's so dark. I think perhaps we should just figure out hibernation. So that we can all just like take a really big nap and then come back refreshed. So like we'll work during the summer here and sleep during the winter here, and then the people on the other side of the world can take over and do their winter hibernation, which is our summer, and you know, it'll all work out just fine. Ideal situation. For sure. I'm not great with naps, honestly. Like, because I'm very much momentum based, so if I take a nap, it's like only if I'm gonna have the rest of the day to chill, you know? I don't know that this really looks like a dandelion. I think the vibe gets across, but I think just flower growing in concrete has dandelion vibes anyway. I think we should get naps all the time too, even though that's not like my preferred thing. I still like having a little lie down and just, I don't know, taking a break and scrolling my phone for a little bit or something. I did camps a lot as a kid, and I also did counseling when like camp councils as I got older. And there's this thing that we had at all of ours that was called FOB time, which is flat on bunk. So there was just like an hour in the middle of the day where you would lay down and you could like take a nap or you could read, but you'd do something quietly in like your own space. I think we should institute that everywhere. Like siesta vibes, you know? Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think just having some quiet time will do us a lot of good. Not that our society is particularly set up for that right now, but it could be. I think I want to add some more orange to this. A little bit in the shadows here. Instead of making it like a really dark color, just make it a little bit more saturated. I also take forever to fall asleep, which I think is partially why I don't do well with naps. Because, like, that thing where they're like, you should only sleep, like, lay down and sleep for 30 minutes, I cannot do that. I don't fall asleep in 30 minutes. It takes me like 2 hours to fall asleep. I think I may mix a tiny bit of green in with the yellow to do some stripies up at the top of the petals. Me, this dandelion doesn't need to be really intense or detailed. Me makes this dandelion intense and detailed. I don't know, once I get going, I just go. I do think I'll finish this one and then raid out, though. Because I know one of my friends is streaming, and I kind of want to go hang out there. Also, like, my throat is being weird, and I think it's just because it's been really dry here. But I kind of don't want to push it too much. Yeah, same. And even then, like there's a sweet spot in exhaustion where I'll fall asleep quick, but if I go farther than that, it will take even longer for me to fall asleep. So when we go visit my dad, he lives on the East Coast. It takes like 15-hour travel time to get there. Which includes because all of the flights out of Anchorage leave at like 1 in the morning. So it involves staying up for a very long period of time. So by the time we get there, I've been awake for like 36 hours usually. And at that point, I cannot go to sleep. I have to take melatonin if I want to fall asleep. Because my brain just kind of goes, oh, you don't want to sleep? You don't want to use the sleep? You don't want to sleep? Fine, we'll never sleep again. Fuck you. Which, like, I don't particularly want to do it this way either, brain, but please don't make it harder than it has to be. Although my brain is very good at making things harder than it has to be. One of my #1 skills. I do want to add a little bit of yellow to where the highlight should be on the leaves. Just because I feel like that makes it feel highlighty even without like lightening the color a lot. Color theory. There are sometimes where I like wake up with that refreshed feeling and I look at the clock and I'm like, it is not time to be awake yet, brain. Why would you do this to me? I did that the other day and I woke up and it was like 6 o'clock and I was like, that's too early. That's too early. What else do I want to do to this? I don't know that there is much. I guess I wanted to see what I thought about a little bit of green and this yellow for the top of the petals here. Just a little bit. Although I had one of those nights last night where like I woke up and I was tired and I was like, oh God, what time is it? I hope I get to go back to sleep. And it was like 4 in the morning or something. And I was like, oh God, glorious. I love this. That's like the best. I had weird dreams last night. I mentioned the one about the modeling session, but I had a few other weird ones. I don't know. I have a lot of weird dreams. My brain is just a strange place. And I remember, I think, more of my dreams than most people. Just because I tend to wake myself up when I'm dreaming a lot. Because I'm like aware that I'm dreaming. And then I'll think about something too hard and wake myself up properly. Okay, let's do a little bit more concrete-y vibes down here. Just kind of want to do some chunky strokes. Because we love a good chunk. I may do that a couple more times just to kind of layer it up. Or maybe I'll leave it like that, I don't know. I may leave it like that. Okay, I wanted to add... Hello, random piece of washi tape, go away. I want to add a little bit of orange up here and see how that went. Just a bit, yeah. Yeah, that's better. Tiny, tiny adjustment and I feel better about it. Okay. I think this needs to dry, but I think I'm pretty much done with that, honestly. I do need to add a pupil to our little buddy up here, so let's do that really fast. Because they have an interesting pupil shape. So we'll see if I can manage to do this really tiny. Oh my god, I did it. I'm a master. Alright. That is such a tiny difference, and will it really make a difference? No. But I feel better for having done it. And that's so much of art. Like, I'm gonna put in this tiny detail nobody but me will know is there. I am gonna leave these paintbrushes out because I want the same sizes for next time. But yeah, that's that. Do you guys want to see the stickers again? Where did I set them is the next question. What? What? Where did I put those? They're there. But I can show the new stickers again before we go. Let me move this since it's still wet. I don't want to smudge it. But new stickers coming soon. Maybe the sparkle will show up better now that it's darker. But we have a few sparkly ones here. Not really showing up better. And stuff. So we have Bartholomew, who we did on stream. We have the Stellar Sea Lion that I also did on stream. And he's sparkly around the edges and on his little fins. We have Big Booty Gengar, which we also did on stream. I'm trying to think about how many of these I did on stream. Did I do Bartholomew on stream? I started it on stream, I think. We have Big Booty Gengar. We have Spooky Cutie with a Booty, who is Mothman. He's not sparkly. He's regular. Then the Terrarium, we did this guy on stream. He's sparkly as well. Then this one I did before I started streaming, I think. No, I did it while Lib was streaming. I made it for Lib, that's right. The first one of these I did before I started streaming. And this is the Tummy Trouble Survivor patch. And then I have these little roses that I did paint on stream. I got them ready off stream because, like, it's dramatic to get all that prepped for a digital file. But these will be hitting the shop soon, so keep an eye out. I'll post on socials and stuff when they get there. And we may do a packing stream at some point. Maybe if my bags arrive in time, we can do like a Christmas Eve packing stream. That seems appropriate. It's like gift wrapping, kind of. So that's similar vibes, perhaps. And then I will just throw those stickers all over the floor because I am a really put together person. Come on, bud. I need to, like... I was talking with Lady earlier about the pile TM of art stuff. Because, like, some things I'm really organized about and some things I'm really not organized about. And I am definitely a stacker person. I stack things, and then I need to get something on the bottom of the stack, and then everything collapses, and it's a whole thing. Um, but I've been reorganizing my stickers because I have more stickers than fit in the container that I originally got for doing that. Um, and like it is organized, but I don't know where to put the boxes. So guess what? They're in a stack. They're in a stack in my room, just hanging out, waiting to collapse. All right. So we finished a turtle and we finished a dandelion today. I think those both look pretty good. Um, the turtle being so tiny was not as bad as I anticipated, which is good. Um, we do have some more to do on this. I might end up working on some off stream, but that's not going to be a this week thing. I have too much other stuff to do. So if I feel the need to work on something, I can work on the quilt block, which isn't as interesting to watch, I think, as the little detail stuff. It also takes longer to dry, which means I'm just kind of sitting here doing nothing for a significant amount of time. Yeah, he's just a little guy. So these are going to be stickers. I don't know if I mentioned that this stream. These are all going to be stickers that have like little motivational sayings that go with them. Kind of like my idea was those kind of stickers you used to get in elementary school from the teacher, that kind of vibe, except more for self-motivation. So the dandelion is still growing. The turtle is slow progress still counts. And then a few of these have puns going on. So the frog is going to say great progress, like progress, except with a frog. Inchworm is going to say inching to victory. Chameleon is going to say something about adapting to new challenges. I haven't fully figured out the wording I went for that yet. I'm still kind of stewing on it. We've got a little alien head that's obviously going to say out of this world. Like, you have to have an alien that says out of this world, right? Like, that's a necessity. We have a little gecko with his tongue out, and it's going to say way to lick the problem. And then the Sphinx is going to say, how did I phrase that one? Drawn to the light of your excellence. That's how I phrased it. And then the snake is going to say sensational work with a lot of S's. So, and then this guy that we did before, my idea for him is to be a little memo pad that says hop to it and then has like a little checklist. And I'll probably make a sticker of him too, and I might add him to the sheet. But I did want to do like a memo pad kind of thing, so I wanted him to be separate so I could do some more detail. So that I had more size options for that. So yeah, those will be a soon thing. I do need to like finish painting them first, but soon. I have so many sticker ideas and so little brain power. One of the really good things about doing the modeling job that I've been doing is that it gives me a lot of time to think because I'm just sitting in the same position for a significant amount of time and just letting the brain weasels go wild. So I came up with most of these while I was modeling, actually. So you could say I get paid for these twice. Because I got paid to sit there and think about it, and then I get paid to do this on Twitch, I guess 3 times, and then I'll get paid once there's stickers too. If you count it like that, which I might just because it amuses me. Okay. I am going to make sure that my friend is still streaming really quick. Oh, I didn't do a lot of ads today. Twitch is going to yell at me, but they can yell at me. I don't care. Oh, I could just do that. I forgot that I added a shortcut on my homepage for them because I'm there like all the time. Because I think they're fun. So if you are overwhelmed by a lot of noises or a lot of visual clutter, this is not the stream for you. I will warn you right now. You don't need to join this raid if you don't want to, or you can join and then immediately dip. I'm not going to judge you for it. All good. So yes, Lib is still live. What are they working on today? I don't remember. The page will load eventually. But they have really cool stickers and art, and they're just a really sweet person. I did post a video of me opening one of their sticker collectibles packs today, and I have 2 more of those to post, so those will probably get posted tomorrow and the day after. But they do super cute stickers. Oh no, it looks like they hurt their backies. Oh, I guess I was talking to them about that earlier. But they are going, and they're super chatty and fun, so we'll go hang out there, because that's where I'm gonna hang out tonight anyway. So let me switch to the ending screen and see how long it takes me to type this out on my computer. Oh, it's actually like not as bad as it was before. That's good. Did that last reset do you good, baby? Okay, so we will go bother Lib. I don't have a raid call or anything. Just say hey if you want to, or don't. That's fine too. No worries. I know I always feel pressured to join raids, and then I feel weird about not staying, and so I just never say anything and just leave. Because I feel, I don't know, overwhelmed after having hung out one stream. So, like, I get it. So I will be back on Friday, and then hopefully we will be doing maybe Christmas Eve and Christmas Day stream, but definitely a Christmas Day stream. And then regular schedule included. So Tuesdays and Fridays anyway. So good to see y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We had a nice chatty day today, which I enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. So until then, be kind to yourselves and take care of yourselves. Remember you're loved. And if you can't do that for yourselves, please do it for me, because I think you're cool and deserve nice things. And that includes from yourself, even when that's hard. So I will see you all next time. Bye.